So yes, this industry insider called as Jeff Snyder, he has revealed a few rumored titles of Stranger Things season 5 episodes. Now hear me out, even though these are just the rumored titles, but that doesn't mean that these titles are not going to have any impact on the overall stories of these episodes. Because let's face it, we know these are the rumored titles, so therefore they will not be the exact titles of Stranger Things season 5 episodes, but we can't deny the fact that these rumored titles are actually derived from whatever happens in the story of those episodes, of those respective episodes. So therefore, even though these are only the rumored titles, but they do give away a lot about the predictions that we can do about the stories of those specific episodes. So let's do that. So he actually revealed the titles of the episode number 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and he said he didn't know the episode titles of episode number 7 and 8, and episode number 1's title was actually given by the brothers themselves way back. I don't even know when they revealed that, but the name of the first episode is going to be The Crawl. So therefore we are not going to talk about the first episode, but the title of the second episode is creating a lot of buzz on the internet, and the title he revealed was The Vanishing of Dash Wheeler, and he said, I am deliberately leaving out the name of the Wheeler that is going to be missing because it is going to be a spoiler. So he deliberately cut out the name of who is going to be vanished. So now it's our time to use our brain and try to guess who is going to be vanished in the second episode of season 5. Now it says Wheeler at the end, so it definitely could be Nancy or Mike or Holly Wheeler. Holly Wheeler, and Holly Wheeler is the one name that is making rounds on the internet, and many fans have predicted that she is going to be vanished in the second episode, and now I'll give you the reasons. Number one, it's time Holly had a big episode, or it's time Holly had something important in the Stranger Things universe, something important. And the second reason is the actor who played the role of Holly is now being recast. In fact, Holly was played by twins earlier, but now a new actor is going to play the role of Holly, and the new actor is Nell Fisher. And this rumor of this new casting of Holly came out just a day before or 2 days before these rumored titles. So therefore fans have connected the dots, and they definitely think, and even I think, that Holly Wheeler is going to be someone that is going to be missing in season 5 episode 2. Now let me talk more about this episode. We do know that Karen Wheeler was actually filming a few scenes at the hospital, so these hospital scenes could be related to the vanishing of Holly here. And if you remember, the name of the first ever episode of Stranger Things season 1 was The Vanishing of Will Byers, and this actually echoes that exact title, The Vanishing of supposedly Holly Wheeler. So now what can we derive from this? When Will went missing, when he came back, he was not the Will that he used to be. He was consumed by Vecna, he was consumed by the Mind Flayer. And here as well we can definitely say that Holly could be consumed by the Mind Flayer or the Vecna or whoever the big baddie is going to be in this season, which we will talk about later in this video, because I have a little theory about that as well. So basically Holly will be the one who will be vanished in the second episode, and she will not be the Holly that she used to be. She will be a different Holly, possibly consumed by some of the dark entities from the lore of Stranger Things. Now let's talk about the title of the third episode. The rumor title is The Turbo Trap, and there is a W at the end of turbo. That means TURBOW trap. Now after hearing this, I straight away went to Google and searched for the turbo trap, and I didn't get anything with the W at the end, but I did get this. And basically this is some equipment that you keep in a radio house or any recording room. So that could relate to the radio station that we are talking about on this channel for a lot of time, but I don't think that is the case. And the reason is because a few weeks back, from the photos posted by the Duffer brother, he also posted this picture of this billboard, and if you zoom in you can see the turbo written over there, and that definitely means that this turbo trap and the fact that it has trap at the end has something to do with land, with property. So probably it has something to do with the trap that was set by the real estate agents. Now this could be a very strong storyline, and to back this up we can also say that at the end of season 4 we saw a lot of people were leaving Hawkins. They were leaving Hawkins for good. There's really this uncertainty about at what extent that the upside down is actually bleeding into the real world, because I have talked a lot about this theory as well, that now there's been a time jump in the season 5, and we also said at the end of season 4 the upside down was really kind of bleeding into the real world. So this could also play a major role in the real estate industry. You know, the residents of Hawking being trapped by some real estate agency or something like that. So this is a possibility as well. But now let's move on to the fourth episode, and we know at the end of fourth episode something big happens, and the rumored title of episode number 4 is Sorcerer. Sorcerer. The first thing I thought about after hearing the word sorcerer, my mind straight away went to Vecna. But What if it's talking about Will Byers? What if it's time Will Byers got his powers and he had a face-off with Vecna? Now there are a lot of high chances of this as well, because everyone is speculating that Will is definitely going to have some powers and the entire season will center around Will and Elle, and Will versus Vecna is something that I really want to see. So I am just entertaining the possibility. Now let's talk about the 5th episode. The rumored title of the 5th episode is going to be Shock Jock. Again, I went to Google and searched what is a shock jock. Now a shock jock is basically a radio jockey, but he expresses his opinions in a deliberately offensive or a deliberately provocative manner. So now radio jockey works at a radio station, and we do have our own radio station at Hawkins this year, and I have actually made an entire video just yesterday. You can check that video out here about the new filming locations, and I covered everything that we know until now about the WSQK radio station in that video. You can check that video out here. But now coming back to this episode, while making that video I was thinking, yes, this radio station, but who is going to be the radio jockey over here, or who is going to be the person who will run the radio station? And I thought, as usual, the Duffer Brothers will add a new character into the season and just kill him off at the end like they do in every season. But yeah, I thought they'll be introducing a new character. But now after reading to this specific comment over here about this specific thing about the shock jock, I really think there's not going to be another new character. In fact, Murray will actually be the radio jockey, this shock jock, the provocative one. He will be that person because his language is straightforward, offensive, and kind of provocative as well. So he definitely matches this exact description of this shock jock. So I can really say that the shock jock is going to be played by Murray, and isn't that going to be cool? Now let's come to the last episode title, episode number 6. So the title of the 6th episode, and this is very important, so listen up. The rumored title of the 6th episode is The Escape from Kama Swords. Now I straight away went to Google and googled Kama Swords. Now the 3 main things that I got from Google were this. Number 1, Kama Swords is a death bat. Number 2, Kama Swords is associated with sacrifice. And number 3, according to my mythology, Kama Swords is a bat god. Okay, now tell me one thing. Who was eaten at the end of season 5 by bats or demo bats? Eddie Munson. Now can you classify his death as a sacrifice? You can. And number 3, the title of the episode is Escape from Kama Swords. Now what if, now I am just entertaining this possibility here. What if Eddie was a sacrifice to a bat god named as Kama Swords, and Kama Swords would be the another big baddie of season 5 alongside Vecna, like we had the Mind Flayer. This time around we'll be having Kama Swords, the bat god. So basically Eddie was a sacrifice to that bat god, and the episode title says Escape from Kama Swords. What if Eddie Munson actually escaped that bat god? Just imagine Eddie is not dead, because Eddie was the only one who was eaten by bats. Barbara was eaten by Demogorgon, Bob Newby was eaten by Demodogs, but Eddie on the other hand was eaten by bats, Demo bats. So I'm gonna repeat myself. What if Eddie Munson was a sacrifice to the bat god, but he escaped from him and he is now in the real world? Now just think about that and tell me in the comments what do you think about this. I know it could be a stretch about this theory, but anyways, tell me in the comments what you think about that. And I highly recommend you to check out this playlist. This is a playlist dedicated entirely to everything that we have about Stranger Things 5. And every Sunday, I in fact upload a new video which is called as Filming Updates, in which I cover everything that has happened on the sets of Stranger Things Season 5 from the filming perspective. And there'll be a new episode tomorrow as well on Sunday. So as always, thank you so much for watching.